All right, so this is my pro recording studio here. I'm so not pro at all. I spent probably 10 solid hours today driving around North County, San Diego, knocking on doors with lawsuit paperwork, and I delivered about 8 or 10. It depends on how a couple of them are looked at. I worked through one of these online portals. I'm not going to talk about who the business is. And it's so funny. I start to think in my mind about things to say. And really all it is getting there and knocking and asking a couple questions of a couple neighbors and ascertaining who the person is. Once you've done enough attempts, you try to get the driver's license of the person who is there, who is a competent person above 18. But I have 97 scheduled files every month right now for my route, and they only want me to do 10 of them a day, but I've been doing 20 a day, taking all 20 of them out. It's about 22 at a time, and then I'll get some done. Saturday and Sunday, I got 9 done today. Maybe I'll get 6 done tomorrow. I never get all of them done on the weekend. There's always a few left over, and then I get a few new ones cycling through. So I don't know if I want – I'm thinking if I do them 20 a day, that I can maybe get up to 200. I have 97 right now. 200 is a lot. That's 20 all day, every day. You just hit the route button, and it maps it out, and I go through the whole cycle. It's good. I'm working on my JD from a correspondence law school so that I can take the PI exam after getting some experience doing skip tracing and process serving and some different PI research for a private investigator in the county. You have to do 4,000 hours over, which is 2 years, but I'm taking a 4-year JD course, so I'm going to spread it out. Probably starting after next year, because doing this much process serving and then having to do at least a few hours of reading every day. I'm not sure if I want to pile PI work on top of it, but I like looking for people and assets for people who have not been paid from a job they've done, like a small claims complaint that turned into a judgment where someone did work and then they weren't paid. Serving service of process from one of these big online portals that a lot of law firms go to are credit card lawsuits and car loans, promissory notes, things like that. So it's not as I don't get really jazzed up about it. The only thing is I try to talk with people about, hey, if I'm talking with a family member, hey, this is something that's been filed. I'm just the messenger. It's going to go through to the court date. One way or another, it's better to just get them the documents, because I do really believe that. But throughout the day, I'll start to think backwards in retrograde. I'll think, wait, am I just coming up with some rationalized thing that I don't actually think? Because I'm not really exceptionally rooting. I'm not really rooting. I don't know how to say this. I don't think people should intentionally get into debt that they don't and not intend to pay it. That's called defrauding your creditors. But when people have these kerfluffles or whatever you want to say, where you can't pay multiple credit cards, what I think is that when credit card companies give people bad credit and then they pursue enough lawsuits, they don't have to collect any of it. I think the numbers really work just by creating a bad credit group that then negatively reinforces the good credit group, because bad credit is so much worse than having good credit, that so much of the bulk of people just keep their credit up. I'll deliver a summons, and someone will right away say, oh wait, how do I take care of this? Do I call them? Do I call you? Do I deal with you? I say, well, you're completely allowed to call the law firm that the creditor's using, or call the creditor. There's nothing that disallows you from doing that. You might want to think about it for a couple of days. You might want to ask an attorney or do some research, whatever way you want to come to a decision. But it's not me. I just deliver the documents. So, I mean, some people really hide. They have there'll be multiple process servers and we'll end up running into each other at the door. Like one time I had this 10-minute conversation with a guy, which we both just were into what we were talking about. He's a retired attorney, and he also, after he moved into the state, after letting his license go, he was doing conflict of interest checks here at a law firm in San Diego. And his thing was about building the wall between different parts of the same law firm so that there would be a conflict, but there is not, because you keep everything so separate. And that's the type of thing I'm into about how I put together the paralegal teams that I put together from time to time. When someone contacts me and I introduce them to an attorney client of Apex Law Service, and they hire the attorney directly, we put together a little team of paralegals. So you can do that at the law firm level. You can do that at the paralegal level. I want to make just a 100% business policy and habit of doing that perpetually. I don't really have a lot going on other than service of process right now. I do just want to kind of focus on writ service, helping people who are small business owners who are owed money to find money that their judgment debtors have hidden away different places. And that's where the PI thing comes in. I do ultimately want to put together, sculpt a package that pays for the work that we have to do. But, there's things like Writ Ready. I think it costs $500 to find a bank account. I feel like that's a lot way too expensive, but I don't really know what the costs are of what research tools there are. So I just have to get into it more. But it's things like that. Just, I'd like to make it a little more affordable to help someone. If you're in business and you're getting paid on invoices, you do have to have some money saved up for legal fees, and that's part of it, is enforcing a judgment. Sometimes it just feels like throwing good money after bad. So that's kind of my focus. When people hear, PI, they think, you're going to investigate crimes or guard people with a gun or or investigate marital infidelity. I'm really disinterested in all of that. I was a security guard and a Marine reservist. I was never an armed guard. I was a mechanic in the Marine Reserves, and I was always the platoon scribe. So I did little Excel spreadsheet organization. So doing mortgage loans and then doing process serving and paralegal work is really the area of the type of PI work I want to get into. So I don't know. Every day is a new, interesting little twist or turn. I left a business card with someone's son, and he gave it to his sister, who gave it to his mother. But sister told the mother that when she came back that there was somebody outside taking pictures. And I was trying to explain, hey, I'm here just to deliver these documents. I guess somehow I still spooked the little girl. The kid looked like he was 17 or 19, somewhere, who I gave the card to. And then I was across the street, and we had to take a little picture. So I don't know. I hate the fact that people don't know what it is and it can scare them. I don't hate it for the fact of being scared myself. I'm not. People say, aren't you afraid of getting punched or anything? No, because I approach people with tact, I think, and respect. But it is still possible to be misunderstood for what is going on. So that was just a kid. I feel bad, though, because the mom called me, and I explained everything to her, and it was somebody who used to live there in the house that was owned by someone else who sold the house to her and her husband. They've been there for 3 years, and for the last 6 months, they've been getting all these collection letters and stuff. So definitely would never do anything to intentionally scare somebody's kids, It's just one of those little things that, I don't know, I guess maybe I want to be more aware of, if I talk with someone and I say, I'm going to come back if your parent calls, say my business requires us just to take a picture of the house so that they know that we actually showed up out here. And here's our information. But I think the kid didn't talk to his sister very much. I think that was really what happened. So, anyways, process serving is a whole lot of fun. I do recommend it if you're just interested in the law industry. All you have to do in California is show that you're not a felon, buy a bond, and then register. Costs like maybe under $200 for everything. I bought some business cards too. So, and I have to use my iPhone. I have a laser printer, and I have a car, and a laptop. You know, you need some things, but basic stuff for modern self-employed people. Alrighty. Thanks for tuning in, all two of you who will watch this.